got 30 seconds to the start of this race. We had 28, 27 seconds. If you like my content, please like and subscribe. I'm trying to get my subscribership up. Thank you so much. This is the Stage 3 Race of the World. I'm going to call it the MY because I don't know how to say the name really good, so I don't want to mess it all up. But this is one of the races that I did Monday, and I got to it, and I said, let me go ahead and put it out so I can get to it, y'all, and let y'all see it. We're at 3, 2, 1, and we're off. This race... Oh man, it was an emotional race for me because one of the things is that I hadn't got an idea what this race looked like. I just woke up Monday morning before I got ready to go to work and I said, I'm gonna do this race because this race is gonna be one that I figured was gonna be a little bit easier because the first two, if you notice, I'm gonna post this one before I post the second one. I just ran away with them. So I didn't think this one was gonna be any harder, so I decided just to get it done that Monday. And as you see, I pull out in front, but I'm taking suggestions that I have been given to by PW South and a couple of more comments that I have received that said, hold back on my energy. As you see, I took off, but then I'm gonna scale it back slowly so I can stay in that front group. I let everybody start slowly catching up to me because I wanted people in that front group. And as they slowly catch up to me, I start, riding with them and I start backing off my power. You're gonna notice that I'm gonna slowly back off my power. I'm gonna slowly back it down. I think I bring it down to about 300 eventually. And at that spot, I go, okay, cool, I can save my energy. I don't know if any hills coming up in this one, but I figured if I save my energy a little bit, I'll prepare for myself for a hill. So I come around this corner, I'm looking ahead and I'm thinking, okay, cool. This might be like most of the other races. And I think to myself, do I take off or do I do what I've been trying to do, is ride with the pack and conserve energy? Well, I'm gonna let you know one thing. Since the start of the race, the greatest thing I decided to do with this race was hold back my energy and save it. Kind of reserve how hard I was gonna be pushing. And if you notice, I'm slowly coming down. And I look up and I'm 5 seconds ahead of everybody. And I'm like, okay, this may be one of them push. And I think what helped me come to the decision to slow down is the guy next to me who's right behind me is still around with me, and I decide, okay, I'm not gonna try to leave him. I'm gonna try to drift him if I can, but I think he had the same idea, and I know that I did the drift earlier this week in one of the races, and it came up that I was following the guy, and I was like, okay, cool, I wasn't burning as much power, so with this one I figured, as long as I don't burn too much power as I'm riding, I'm going to be fine. And so I'm just riding, I'm understanding that, and I look back and I see that, I see the dude say, let's catch them. And so when I see that on the thing, that lets me know, okay, it might be a good idea to back off a little bit and let them catch up to me and use them to help me in the drafting. I'm trying to learn, so as you see, I start backing off. I'm trying to let this guy pass me really bad. I'm really trying to let him pass me. And then he gets in front of me, and I'm gonna try to drift off of him. And that's what draft off of him. And I'm just riding with him, and I'm slowing it down. And as he slows down, he's actually slowing down because he wants me back in front, and I won't go in front. I'm just gonna stay where I'm at and let him just stay where he's at. But as I noticed, we're letting everyone else catch up to us. And I think that was the savior in this race. I'm starting to learn how to race. Thank y'all for y'all comments. I am starting to learn how to race on this. And so I slow down and I notice everybody else coming. They 5 seconds behind now. They was up there, I think 8 seconds behind, 7 seconds behind. And he keeps slowing down, pushing me in front. And I don't want to be in front. I want to kind of draft off of him or be in a group where they kind of tow me along with them. So I look down again and I still look at the time and I'm feeling good. I can't hit the leaf. I can't hit the feather because the feather drops your weight. And for me, it's mostly a flat ground, maybe a little climb, but it's not really working. I think I hit it eventually at the top of this one just so I can get over the hill, but this may not be the spot I hit it. But as I come through, I'm still thinking about, okay, everybody else catching up. And I'm not really, it's a 3% climb, so I'm not pushing myself. I'm doing enough to get up the hill so I don't get left when they catch up. But I'm letting them catch up to me. And that's what I want. I slow it down because he's falling behind me. He's trying to draft off of me. So I decide, okay, I'm just gonna let the whole group catch up. And as they catch up, we start to ride. Now, I have to understand one thing about riding with a group. Where do you sit in this group when it's a longer race? This is almost 15-mile race. So I'm thinking about where do I sit at in this group as we're riding? But we're coming around the corner and I'm sitting in the group. I'm not gonna let them leave me, but I'm gonna sit in this pack right here, and I'm just gonna drift off most of them. The funny thing about Swift Play is that if there's somebody on the inside of you, it won't let. I'm steady hitting the button to move over into the pack, but it won't. If you notice, I was on the line at first, but when I hit the button, it kind of keeps me on the outside still. I try to move over to get into the middle of the pack, but it won't let me. So every once in a while, I'll speed up because of the decline or incline of the hill, because I don't want to get left behind. But I decide that I'm just gonna ride this out, and as they separate, I kind of move over into the pack a little bit more. Now, this is the fun part about it. You never really know what's gonna happen in the race. You just kind of ride, and you just kind of keep into what's going on, especially if you haven't viewed the course before. I know some of y'all who've ridden. I saw one lady had 7,000 miles on hers, and it was nice to see that. But I was like, okay, cool. When you get them kind of mileages on Swift, that means you've done a lot. You've been on a lot of these roads, so you understand them. So for me, I'm thinking to myself, okay, I don't know where I'm at. So as long as I stay in this pack, it is very smart for me not to burn my energy. And you notice I'm keeping it at 350. 350 for me, it may be high for a lot of people, but I'm a big guy. 350 is me pushing down on the pedal at 78 pedals per minute, and I'm not really putting a lot of power in this thing. And so when we go downhill, I try to use the downhill just to rest. And if you look at me, I'm breathing calmly. As I stated before, my heart rate is about 130. I'm not stressing. I don't start stressing out until my heart rate gets up. I don't start feeling it until my heart rate gets over 150 beats per minute. So right now my heart rate is 134. This is where I think this is mostly my zone 2 spot. 128 to 137, I think it is my zone 2 area. I'm in zone 2. I'm just riding, and I'm enjoying the ride. And as we go up and down, I'm thinking, okay, I can ride with this group to the end of the race, and then I'll do a kick then. I'll do a kick at the end of the race, and at the end, I'll take the race. Because I'm thinking the last race was rolling hills. The race before that was mostly just rolling hills with a little climb. I see the little castle area. I'm going, okay, cool. I know what this race is. This is all I'm thinking. This is mostly like the last one. I guess they just keeping us all in Scotland. I think this is where we're at. So I'm thinking, okay, we just gonna stay here in this little area. This is not gonna be hard. I kick the power up a little bit because I'm not really pushing myself on these races. You notice I kick the power up so I don't get left behind on this little incline. This is a steep little incline, but I hit it with speed. So I really don't get left behind. I don't get left. I kind of stay in the front of the pack with it. And so I'm thinking, okay, if this is the hardest the hill's gonna get, this won't be a tough race. This is gonna be a very competitive race, but it won't be one of them races where I look up and go, oh man, I should have just used another strategy. This strategy here, what I am using, is working for me. So to all of y'all who gave me comments on how to ride and race, you have to understand, I haven't ridden a bike up until I started riding Swift in 25, 30 years. So to be riding this bike now and doing this, and I have no clue in racing, so when y'all leave comments, thank y'all on Swift Beginners. I love, if you're on Facebook, get it with if you're new to Swift, Swift Beginners is a great page to get on because they give you a lot of encouragement. And I enjoy that. So as I keep coming over the hills, you know that I'm jumping in front. It's not on purpose to jump way out in front. And if you notice, I'm not putting any power and I'm not leaving anybody. The lead is 0-0. So we're just riding. I'm feeling good about the ride. I'm feeling great about where we're going. I'm looking ahead. I'm thinking I'm in the pack. I finally got inside of the pack. You remember I was riding on that broken line, but now I'm in kind of the middle. And I'm just gonna sit here. My whole plan is to sit here for the rest of the race. And at the end of the race, try to take a sprint then, but I don't know where the sprint is at. So I'm hoping that the sprint that comes up at the end of this race is a sprint where I can take it and it's not on a real incline or going level, but it's okay. So we're coming on around and I'm riding and I'm feeling good. If you look at me in the picture, I'm actually, when I sit up, I'm kind of trying to take a break when I'm riding. And when I lean over, actually when I actually put back in the power. So we come through, I'm noticing these arches over the road. That lets me know I've hit another sector in the race. So if you hit that on a hill, you know you just made it over the hill. If you hit that at the bottom of the hill, you know you just made it to the bottom of the hill. So each time I see an arch, I know I'm getting to a point where I've hit a significant point or I've reached something, like the top of a hill or not. So we're still riding. I'm feeling good about this race. I'm doing what I've been suggested to do. And shout out to everybody who suggested this. One of the persons I know, I hope he sees the race. I keep bringing it up, PW South. He suggested that he wanted to know what would happen if I conserve my energy. So I'm conserving my energy and I'm thinking to myself, if a hill comes up and it's still 10 miles left or so much, I haven't really ran hard. I'm just kind of I'm feeling good about this race. I keep saying that, but you have to understand, this is my third one of this one. I've won the first two, and it's kind of okay, maybe I can get a third one in this. And I'm starting to move my races up. I'm gonna post one Saturday. I did a 14-miler Sunday. I did the Race to Hell 14-miler. I'm doing longer races now. Hopefully by the middle of next month, every race I do for the most part is gonna be 14, 15 miles up to 20-some mile races. I'm building my endurance, I'm building my power for longer stints so that the shorter races, I can just power through them things sometimes. So we're riding and I'm doing good and I'm feeling great. And each time I hit an incline, if you notice, I look at the 3%, 2%, I put the power in so I can stay with the group. It's not there so that I can just power through the whole race. It's mostly there so I can just power up through hills or power up through little small spots. So yes, I bring the power back down kind of. As long as I see 1%, so I think I kept it up just a little bit, but it's not really me pushing hard because it's 85 pedals. It's more of me pushing harder on the pedals to give me a little bit more power, but not really going crazy with the pedaling of it. Because if you notice, when I'm crazy with the pedals, I'm really about 95, and I gotta hold that for a while. So I'm back down to 74 pedals per minute. I'm riding with a heart rate of 138, which I told you I'm still in zone 2. And I'm thinking to myself, as long as I stay in this spot, and as long as I don't go crazy, I can just sit here in the pack. And I'm thinking, this is gonna be one of them races where this is gonna have one of them epic endings where there's gonna be about 10 of us at the end of the race, and we gonna pedal this thing out. It's gonna be a battle. I got kind of happy after I did the third leg of the Swift Insider, where I drafted off somebody all the way. I drafted off a tandem all the way to the end, and then we sprinted out. So I hate to say this, I kind of got the urge to want to do that a lot more. So I'm thinking, okay, cool, this is gonna be a mad sprint to the end. And we just gonna ride together, because this is not showing me anything that this is gonna be a hilly race. This is showing me that this race is gonna be a nice, smooth, maybe an old roundabout here and there. And I'm thinking when we go around this thing, we're gonna come on the other side, and I might hit up a hip or two, a rolling hump or something, but this is gonna be an okay race. And then it starts to dawn on me. Gravel. And I'm thinking to myself, okay. Let's put in a little bit more power. Let's bring the pedals up. Let's fight through the gravel. The gravel, it's not gonna be that hard. It's just gonna be a little bit of gravel, and if I can just power through this spot here, it's gonna be okay. And as long as the hill is not super high, because it didn't say nothing about gravel really. So I'm thinking, okay, I'm on solid again. I see the gravel ahead. Since I'm not really tired, let me just keep pedaling this thing out, powering up. Maybe I can stay in front of the pack, because this is not really a super steep climb. It's a little gravel, it's not really wild. all I gotta do is stay here, and then I pay attention, I look over. I hadn't been doing it. I've been watching the inclines, like it says, -1, 0, the 2%. I've been looking at that, but I hadn't been looking at the map. And when I look at the map, I realize, oh man, this is gonna be quite a bit of a hill. So let me just keep my power up. And if I can just stay with the pack as we climb this hill, maybe it don't get no higher than 6%. At 6%, I'm putting out 600 watts at 100 pedals per minute. And I'm thinking, okay, don't panic. I'm telling myself constantly, don't panic. As long as you up in the front 5, front 2 or 3, you're fine. And yeah, I fall back to 3rd, but we're fighting back and forth, and I'm still in front of the pack. This is not a devastating hill. Okay, it's just a rolling hill with a little gravel. That's all this is. This is not nothing that can stop me from staying with the pack. And I see another hill come up, and I'm thinking to myself, okay, let's just get through these couple of hills. They don't look like they too hard. This one switches to a 14%, so I put more power in. And I'm feeling like, okay, they're tired, so they're not putting as much power. I'm not letting them lead me, so we're good. I'm staying with him. There's no distance. Rivera is in front now, and he's running, but I'm in 3rd, and I'm thinking to myself, you know, he's a good rider from what I'm seeing. But if I could just kind of pace with him with a little bit more with the energy that he's putting out, I'm gonna be fine. So I get with them and I ride and I go, okay, hopefully it's not all gravel. Because my bike is not made for gravel. When I see the road, I go, okay. And I mistake them 2 pylons up there as the arches. And I'm thinking, okay, in my head, okay, I'm at the top of the hill. And all I gotta do is get through them 2 pylons and we'll be on the other side and I can just catch up. And I'm in 7th place. I don't have that much distance in between us. I'm fine. Just stay here. Just power through this. And when I get over this arch up here, I'm gonna be at the top of the hill. And that's what I'm thinking to myself. I'm psyching myself up for this race. I'm psyching myself up for the fact that, okay, I pulled through this. So when we get to the other side, we're gonna be on. We're gonna race. We almost halfway through. I haven't really burnt myself out. And Rivera's only got a 6, 7 second, 8 second lead ahead of me. That's not much. When we go there through the downhill, I'm gonna get him. So as I come through, I realize, oh, that's not the archway. That was just 2 pylons. Oh. So how much more? And I look at the map and I see that we ain't got much to go, but it's still, I'm thinking, how far is that? And they pull ahead. I'm in 5th. If I could just stay here, I see all the bikes. I see the other 4 bikes. If I could just stay here, I'm fine. So I start psyching myself up. I'm like, okay, I just keep this pace. They're not really leaving me. It says 14 seconds, but they're not that far. I can see them. That 14 seconds ain't a real bother. It stops between 14 and 11 seconds, so that lets me know that they're getting tired in front of me too. So all I gotta do is catch them on the downhill. This is gonna be a nice downhill. And apparently we get to the end, because I'm looking at the map, thinking to myself, we getting close to the end. We're doing a little circle here. We're getting close to the end of this hill. And I look up and we're still climbing. I was slowing down a little bit because I'm thinking we're coming close to the edge of this hill. And all I need to do, and I look ahead, I was like, oh man, another super steep hill. I must admit, I was starting to, you try to psych yourself up for this, but I know it's the hills that get me all the time. And I'm trying to psych myself up, and I look up, he's 20 seconds ahead, 21 seconds ahead. Oh, he's gone, they're gone. But then I noticed the archway. I'm in 7th, but there's an archway. I'm at the top. I'm at the top. Oh, I'm at the top. Okay, I look over. Oh man, he's 26 seconds ahead. Can I catch that? 27 seconds. I must be honest, the only thing that came to my mind at this moment was 28-3, Super Bowl. And I go 27 seconds ahead. And I calm down, I bring my mind to a close, and I go, okay, cool. I've always talked about the hills being my friend, the declines. And I get off the pedals and I said, I'm gonna let my weight do the work for me. My heart rate is up. I gotta calm down, bring my heart rate down. I have 8.3 miles to go. If I do it right, I can catch them. And I see the guys up front going, ouch, because they're looking at Rivera taking off. And I go, okay, I'm just gonna calm my heart down. I'm gonna let my weight do the job for me. And my heart rate shooting is coming down. I'm just doing slight pedals, but I'm doing 32 miles an hour. And I know them guys are much lighter than me, so they can't be doing 32 miles an hour. They're 25 seconds ahead. Rivera is 25 seconds ahead. Okay, calm down. Keep calming down. Calm your heart down. Calm yourself down. They're 21 seconds ahead. They were much further than that. How much can I come up on them? How far can I get close to them? At least I can hold off and hold fifth. It's a different story when they're that far away. And I look at the map and I'm looking at how far away they are. And I see the little yellow dots way ahead of me. But then there's another archway. And I go through this archway. And when I come to this archway, it gives me another one. And I'm going, okay, please give me an aerodynamic hit. Give me an aerodynamic hit so I can use it. And it does. So now we're 7.6 miles away. I'm in fifth. And they're 15 seconds ahead, number 4 is. And all I want is to be able to see them, and that'll give me the motivation to push even more. Because I've realized something now. I'm not tired. I've been riding in zone 2 so long, and I've built my endurance up that I'm really not tired. All I want to do is see them. I want to see them. If I can see them, they had a whole 27 seconds ahead of me. They're down to 12. And I'm looking ahead and I'm going, I just want to see y'all. Where are y'all at? Where y'all at? And as I come around this corner, I don't believe it. I see flashes of the bikes. They're 9 seconds ahead. When I say the hills are my friend, I mean it. And as we come down through here, I'm going, okay, cool. I cannot burn too much energy on coming down this hill. I have to let my weight do most of the work. Because if I don't, when we go through and hit a flat, I'm going to be tired. So I see another incline coming. So I go ahead and put it in so I can sustain this 36 miles an hour and it doesn't go away as fast. And if you notice, I'm hitting this incline at 38 miles an hour. And I see them ahead. They were 27 seconds ahead. I hit the aerodynamic helmet to help me get up this hill, and I'm coming on them. They're mine. And I start thinking, y'all gonna give me back my positions. Give them back. I've conquered something that's been threatening me for a while. I may not always be able to do what I'm doing, but with these longer races, I'm learning that if I can time it right and I can do right, I can catch most of the people as long as I don't give up. Do not give up on yourself. I'm back to 1 second behind them. I was a whole 27 seconds behind Rivera. And I look up and he's right there in front of me. So I go, okay, cool. I'm just gonna stay with them for a while. I let myself come. I did all the work to get up the hill. My heart rate got back up a little bit, but my pedals are coming down and my heart rate's gonna start coming back down. Now it's a race. And I'm thinking to myself, this be epic if I win this thing. This will be an epic race if I can win this race. At least let me place third, no lower than third. And when it turns, I'm not really going hard. If you know, I'm doing 56 pedals a minute, but we're still on an incline, on a flat, and I'm at 31 miles an hour because as long as I just slightly keep up what I'm doing, I can keep the pedals up. And I see it goes to 3 and it goes to 4, but then it goes right back down into a rolling hill. So I go back down and I can back off some more. You notice my heart rate is coming back down. And I'm feeling good about this now. We got 6 miles left. I'm thinking to myself, if I could just stay close to them while we're riding, and don't go crazy with the pedals, I'll be fine. So I let myself back off because I want them to catch up. There's still some more hills I feel like gonna come up. As you see, I have a lump here, a lump there, but I'm going, this looks kind of familiar to the last race they had, the stage 2. So I'm trying to stay confident in myself, trying to stay motivated, and I see them behind me 2 seconds, so I want them to catch up really, because I want to get back with the pack. I don't really want to push it, but when I see little inclines like this, I put a lot of push into it, but not enough that I wear myself out. I just do just enough to get back over the hill. And as I do that, I see them catch back up slowly, but it's not enough where they gonna leave me. It's just enough so they be in the pack with me. And so we're riding, I'm riding, I look ahead, I go, is this gonna be one of them things where I get another major hill? And I kind of go, no, because I remember this spot. I remember this. I'm thinking back, I go, okay, what's this? I want to say this was in stage 2. And these are little climbs, they're not major climbs. And I see another archway coming over, so it means that I've done something. I've completed a segment of this race. I'm thinking maybe that's a segment from stage 2, because some of this looks familiar. It doesn't look super familiar, but some of it looks familiar. So I'm not killing myself still. I'm only at 300 pedals. My heart rate is a little bit up because I'm just trying to keep myself going ahead of them, but it's just up because I'm riding now. We're at 9 miles, 9.3 miles in. I'm feeling like I can sustain this for the rest of the race. And my heart rate is slowly beating back down. It beats up when I hit a hill because your heart rate delays a little bit more than everything else. So it's starting to come back down. And as we come down, I'm on a decline. I kind of let my pedals go back down some more. And I let them just stay behind me. But I know they're drafting off me, and I see an incline coming. And I'm thinking, okay, I'm gonna hit this incline that's coming up. So I think I start getting ready to pedal up, but then I see a guy turn up here, and I thought we were gonna turn. So when I realized we're not gonna turn, I decided that I gotta hit this hill hard. So I hit the hill, and I started to climb. I'm gonna tell you something that I wasn't doing on this race that might have helped me out even more. If you notice, I'm not hitting my feathers. Even on the mountain, I don't think I hit the feather until I saw the archway, which was a little late. It would have gave me a 30-second reprieve from my weight. And I see the guy pass me with his feather, and I go, oh, feather! And I think I hit it up here somewhere in here, because I remember I see him with his feather. But as I'm riding, I don't remember. I know I hit somewhere around here, but I'm riding with him and I still got it. So we're doing good. They pulling ahead of me, but they're not pulling that much further ahead of me. And I look up and I see who's in the front, and it's Rivera again. I'm going, okay, cool. But I'm in 5th. They're not that far away, and we still have 4.8 miles to go. And we're coming around the corner, and I'm thinking, okay, cool. We're good to go with this. If you notice, I may change up for some of my talk, because I say I'm thinking a lot, but that's what I'm doing when I'm riding. I'm just thinking about what's going on, what's gonna help me out, what's gonna hurt me. And as we come over this little hump, I go, okay, I remember this somewhere from where we was racing on one of the races earlier. And I see the incline, and I go, okay, cool. What I'm gonna do is just pedal through this incline and get up to the top of it. And as we come up on it, I'm still riding pretty good. And I'm still behind them, and they're not leaving me. I'm not letting them go. And I know that if I could just stay with them for a while, at the end, I can make this one of them epic, because it's 5 of us. I can make this one of them epic endings. And you get this kind of thought in your head that this is gonna be a real nice look ending with all 5 of us, each one of us fighting for position. And I see the hill coming up. And I think I remembering that I do have the feather. I'm not sure, I think I do. I don't remember exactly when I hit the feather, but I think I started remembering that I do have the feather, but the hill didn't go past 5%. That may be why I didn't hit it. But this race was Monday, here now I'm doing a voiceover on Thursday. So I can't remember why I didn't hit it then, but I know I hit it eventually, but I'm looking at the race and I'm going, okay, cool. As long as this thing doesn't jump up to 9%, jump up to 6 or 7%, the feather's not really gonna help me much. So we're still in the pack, I'm still with them. They're not leaving me, so I've really got this epic ending in my head of us two just going at it. And I mean, us five just going at it. And I'm thinking, if we can just get to the end of this race, and the strategy that I used of not killing myself on this race by just trying to power ahead and just leave everybody is actually working. That's what you have to remember. In my head, every race up until Saturday, I always tried to just power through all of them. Just mass monster power, put out the wattage, and just leave them. But now I don't need to do that. All I need to do is just slowly ride with them. And I ended up pulling ahead of them. It wasn't on purpose. It's 3%, but for me, 3% is not really that hard. Still with my weight, it still allows me to move forward. And I think I hit the feather because I thought another archway would be coming up soon. So I hit the feather. Now, at the point where I hit this feather, I think I should have saved it. I had saved it this long. Why use it now? So from further in future, I'm gonna hold, if I make it through certain things and I get to 5% and I'm still riding, if I hadn't used the feather, I'm gonna just wait till I see another significant hill come up. So I hit the feather, but yet we're still a group. And we're still riding pretty good. We're down to 3.8 miles to go. And I'm thinking to myself, we're gonna finish this thing. I think I saw somewhere it said this thing had 900 feet of climb or 900 feet of climb. So I'm thinking that we're getting close to all the climbing. But I know there could be another hill somewhere. And what I need is another feather. And lo and behold, guess what it gave me? So I know there's another hill climb coming, but I don't know when. But I'm not tired. If you notice, my heart rate is still under 155. It hadn't hit 160. Pedal, I'm at some 70 pedals per minute. I'm putting out 300 watts, 270. This is most group ride wattage for me. This is 1.8, 1.9. This is group ride. Well, I'm doing a group ride at this moment right now. And I see this come, and it's gravel. I thought at first, and then I go, oh no, it's just crunk up ground. And I hit the feather because I can't let them burn out on me. And I try to put the pedals in, but I started a little too late. If I ever say anything, y'all, for a heavier guy, we have to start the hills before they show up. If we don't, we run the chance of falling behind because our weight becomes like an anchor to us. It starts dragging us down. And at 7%, the feather's almost up, and I don't need it to end. I hit it a little too late, and I should have hit it way earlier, and I should have put more power in, but I'm going, they're not truly leaving me on this, and maybe this is the end of all the climbs. And I look ahead and I see that there's one more little section, Rivera's up in second, and I think B. Cassidy is in front. So I see B. Cassidy, I see Rivera, and I see F. Bender, and I see him right there in front of me. So I see them three in front of me. I figure the next guy's right behind me. Ryder is right behind me. So I'm just trying to stay close to them. And I look up and I see that B has 3 seconds on me, but as long as I can see you, the 3 seconds is really not much to me. But if the hills keep climbing, and I think I remember truly seeing this thing say it had 900 feet of climb. But we're at 3 miles, and with 3 miles left, how hard could it not? We're almost there at 900. We're almost 750 feet of climb. I should be fine with this climb. And I see them pulling ahead, but I'm trying to stay right there with them. And we're still climbing. I've always suggested, as the bigger guy, hills are your enemy. But thanks to what suggestions, I don't know how to I keep saying this, thank you for your suggestion, because I did not mass power this thing out in the beginning, I have the energy to do these hills in the end. And so I just try to keep up with them, and I see them starting to pull away, but they're not pulling far away. And if there's a hill on this side, an incline on this side, there must be a decline on the other side. That's what I'm thinking. So as we come over the hill, I realize, okay, we're at the top of this thing. I see another archway. This time it really is an archway. So I'm going, okay, cool. Give me a helmet. And as I go under the archway, I see it flipping, and all I want is a helmet, but I see a steep decline. Okay, and guess what I'm hitting? As I see the sand, I go, oh my God, I'm going back in the gravel. But the difference is, it's downhill. Who cares? I don't care how bad it is. I put the helmet on so I can slowly catch back up to them. We got 2 miles in. I cannot let these guys get further ahead of me. I see 7 seconds ahead of me. I cannot let them get that far ahead of me. I can't risk them getting too far ahead. So as I come down this hill, I'm trying not to pedal so I don't kill myself, overwork myself, and I'm letting the hill do my weight, do all the work for me. I'm just kind of just keeping it going. And as long as we don't have a major incline, the gravel doesn't make no difference. This could be asphalt as far as I'm concerned with my weight. And I see the next guy in front of me, and I look up, I'm in third. So it's just them 2 in front of me. So now I'm trying to figure out, okay, cool. All I gotta figure out now, it's what's left on this race, where I don't know where we're at. You have to understand, I have no clue where we're at. So that's the hard part about this. So I don't know when to attack it once I get close to them, but I'm gonna get close enough to them that I'm riding with them. But I don't know where I'm at. So I'm just riding, but yet we're still in gravel. As long as we don't stay in gravel, I'm gonna be fine. But the thing is, as long as we're going downhill, the gravel doesn't matter. So I'm catching up to him, and I'm looking up, I'm going, okay, cool. I can take number 2. Now, I go past Rivera, and I'm looking at Cassidy, I'm going, and I'm like, wow, this dude is really rolling. And I feel it. I look down, I'm going, okay, cool. We're on asphalt. We got a mile, well, we got less than 2 miles to go, 1.8 miles left. And this is gonna be an epic race with us 3. And I'm going, okay, cool. And I look down and I see the other ones, I go, okay, it's gonna be 4 of us in this thing going at it. And there's a little incline, but I'm not gonna let him chase away from me on this little incline. It is wrong for me to do all this work and not at least have a chance at coming in the top 3. No, so I just started to push it a little bit more. Let me get over this hump. And once I get over this hump, maybe something will look familiar to me. That's what I'm thinking to myself. Maybe something will look kind of familiar, and I'm going, okay, maybe we're back in the city, but I still don't know where I'm at. I hadn't recognized where I'm at yet. So I'm just thinking, okay, cool. I'm just gonna try to ride with them on this, and I'm just gonna keep up with them, and whatever we at the end of this race, at a quarter of a mile, that's when I'm gonna push it. So we're coming around the corner, and I'm trying to figure out where I'm at. And I see them, and I see they're not that far ahead, and I can stick with them, so we're cool. And things starting to look a little familiar to me. Things looking real familiar. I'm like, this thing looking real familiar. I'm looking at it, and we're close. And we turn this corner, I remember the overpass, I'm like, okay, something about this. I've done this race, I'm thinking in my head, if I see what I think I'm gonna see, the humps, when I come around this corner up here, I know what's left. And I know I can make a battle of this hill. So as we come around this little hump, I'm looking, I'm trying to see, okay, is this the Glasgow Inn? Yes, it is. This is what I said. Okay, I don't understand. I want y'all to understand how hyped I got. Because I've run this race. I've raced on Swift now about 35, 40 times. I've done this race at least 15. So I know how much power to put in to get up this hill without getting left behind. And you see, I put it up to 600. I'm doing 100 pedals on here. Y'all are not gonna leave me because I know there's a decline on the other. I know for sure because I've done this a ton of times. I'm getting loud. I'm getting hyped now. Okay, y'all not gonna leave me on this one. Okay, now we got a race because I know where I'm at. I know how to push on this one. We got a mile left in this race. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, cool. This is a decline. There's gonna be 2 more hills, I think to myself, maybe 3. But once we come to that 3rd hill, it's a flat. And if I can get close to him, to the 2 top, if I can get close to Rivera or Billy right at the end, it's gonna be a great race. And we come around the corner and I'm climbing. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, cool. I got that one out the way. And we're sitting next to each other. And I got the little hilly hills. Okay, we're gonna get over these little hilly hills and I'll be fine. You know, I told you I love the rolling humps. This is where I am in my zone. I am in my area. And I see him put the feather, but he don't need the feather. Oh, he does because he's a lighter rider. I look up, we're at 6/10 of a mile away from the end. And I know that when we go down here, we're gonna come around a corner. We got one more arch. If I'm next to him when we come to the end, if I'm next to him when we come over this next hill, it's on. And I look up and I go, oh, so am I at the end? I think to myself, no, it's one more. I know it is. But no. I come around the corner and I'm thinking to myself, okay, cool, where is he at? And I was right, it was one more hill. And as we come up this hill, I said, okay, cool. We got 3/10 of a mile left. We going out. I've hit 1,000 watts from the green line. I know the green line is. So if I can just stay with him. And it's Rivera, and I'm going, okay, if I can just stay with Rivera, when we come around that last turn, we got this turn here, and I'm just thinking to myself, okay, I hadn't burnt myself out. All I gotta do is, when we hit this green line, I'm going. And I hit the green line, and I'm just rolling. I'm not letting y'all have this. I am rolling on this one. And I know I got this thing up to 900 watts. I'm trying to break 1,000. And I just, okay, I see him trying to put it in, and sorry. I was just, whoo. I tell you what, I did it. This was a great race. I loved every minute of it. If you love what I have, my content, please like and subscribe. Thank you for following me, and have a great day. Bye.